Everyone laughed when the tray tipped. No one realized they were humiliating the highest-ranking person in the room. The mess hall froze in bright midday light as the Marine's hand shoved her forward, the metal table rattling beneath the impact. Food exploded across her shoulders and hair, grains of rice and beans sliding down her soaked uniform. The words followed immediately, loud and ugly. "Eat it, Bratch." A ripple of laughter spread through the room, sharp, careless, confident. They thought she was weak. They thought she was alone. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. She stayed on her knees, jaw clenched so hard her teeth ached. Lieutenant Commander Ava Mercer didn't look up. Not yet. She let the humiliation wash over her, the way she'd learned to let cold water and pain pass without reaction. Her breathing slowed. 4 seconds in. 4 out. This wasn't her first test. It was just the most public. Ava had arrived at the joint base that morning under quiet orders, dressed down, no insignia that mattered to anyone but her. She'd crossed deserts and oceans, led men through fire, and buried friends with her own hands. But here, in this sunlit mess hall with stainless steel tables and buzzing fluorescent lights, she was just another woman in fatigues, an easy target for boredom and cruelty. The Marine who shoved her stood tall, smirking. He decided in a split second that dominance would earn him laughter. He didn't notice the way conversation at the far tables slowed, forks hovering mid-air. He didn't hear the subtle shift in the room, the sound of chairs scraping as others leaned forward, curiosity sharpening into discomfort. Ava's hands trembled, not from fear, but from restraint. Part of her wanted to stand, to end it in one clean movement. She could picture it clearly, but another part, the leader, knew this moment wasn't just about her pride, it was about what came next. She rose slowly. Food slid from her sleeves and hit the floor with soft, sticky sounds. She wiped her face, her eyes meeting his for the first time. They were calm. Too calm. The laughter thinned. "Clean it up," he scoffed, still riding the wave of approval he thought he had. Someone snorted. Someone else stopped smiling. Ava glanced toward the serving line, toward the windows, where sunlight spilled across the floor, toward the entrance. That's when the doors opened. Boots entered in unison. Not rushed, not dramatic. Controlled. A quiet wave of authority rolled through the room as a senior officer stepped inside, followed by 2 more. Conversations died instantly. You could hear the ventilation hum. A cup trembled in a soldier's hand. The Marine stiffened. He knew that posture. Everyone did. The senior officer's gaze moved from the mess on the floor to Ava. He snapped to attention. "He sent Lieutenant Commander Mercer," he said clearly. The room inhaled. Ava returned the salute, steady despite the stains on her uniform. The words that followed landed heavier than any shout. She outranked every enlisted person in that hall. She answered to command structures most of them would never even hear about. Color drained from the Marine's face. The laughter didn't just stop, it collapsed. Murmurs rippled outward, disbelief spreading table to table. Someone whispered her unit's name. Someone else went pale. Moral tension hung thick. Should she crush him? End his career with a sentence? Everyone waited, hearts pounding, for justice to fall hard. Ava looked at the Marine. Really looked. She saw fear now. Regret. A young man who had confused cruelty for strength. "Dismissed," she said quietly. To the crowd, then to him. "You'll answer for this. But you'll learn from it." Later outside under the same bright sky, Ava stood alone, washing her hands at a utility sink. The stains would come out. They always did. What mattered was what stayed. Because respect isn't demanded. It's revealed under pressure. And sometimes the mess meant to break you becomes the moment the world finally sees you. If this story moved you, share where you're listening from and what you would have done in her place. And if you believe courage and kindness still matter, subscribe. These are the stories we tell here.